All right, start recording.
Oh, we're live. Okay. So this is a video that is going to be about this Siphon Filter review that we found. And it's basically this guy, TT Burger 88. He made sort of review about this game, Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain. So as fans of the game, and as like we play this game a lot, so we wanted to react to his video, you know. Me and Aspect Retro here is with me. So it's not going to be like something personal. We're not attacking him or something. No, we're just going to like constructively react to the points he's bringing up in the video. So can you hit the video? Let's watch it.
Hello there, everybody. This is King Mac, your friendly hamburger pal. Welcome to this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot, fresh cheeseburger along with some delicious golden French fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you all for watching, and now sit back and relax and enjoy as Tony here brings you our feature presentation of TT Burger game reviews.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Swear I won't forget this. Why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxieties and
Wait,
Hello
can you skip a
everybody,
little?
I see
Oh,
you're
there we
back.
go.
You're ready for some more game reviews, eh? TT Burger game reviews to be exact? Well, you come to the right place, because we are back with more game reviews here, as we continue with the final part of my Siphon Filter series review, episode 240, part 4 of 4. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Freaking Nation, subs with Mr. King Mac. Also want to give a shout out to Sedetta Hyperlamnia, Megs, Black Healer, Brick Girls Go Stateside, Desert Cody 22, 69, the last single franchise character, and Switch First Station that was released on November 6, 2001, and I gave it a 7 out of 10 because while it was a good game, it felt more like an expansion at times with the way how like the story was set up in like the courtroom and how you had some characters you play like Gabe, Leon, Lawrence Majari, Teresa LaPon, but
Skip
Lawrence's
the
mission
part
was
where you start
progression.
talking about
Outside
the
filter
Omega
the Omega Strain from
There
PlayStation
you
2, and kudos you can find it in the flip case series like that. I know mine's a little worn out here and stuff, you know, it's like it's got a little worn out over time, but there's the side filter the Omega Strain for the PlayStation 2, so let's get started here. When Siphon Filter the Omega Strain came out, I was wondering what they would do with the next-gen hardware. Since this was the first Siphon Filter game on PlayStation 2, I thought it would improve on a lot of the key elements from Siphon Filter 2 and Siphon Filter 3 and improve there and stuff. And this was the first Siphon Filter game to have online play, and it was was one of the marketing aspects of the game, where first Siphon Filter game to play online, play co-op online, stuff like that and everything, and they really tried to push this thing out to get people to buy the game. And it at the time was pretty interesting when you can play the campaign online with another friend, stuff like that. But even I don't really play online though, so I can't really say anything. And this game has the potential to be a fun game. But unfortunately, this was not the case here at all. It's sad but true. Siphon Filter the Omega Strain has some elements from the other games that make it feel like a Siphon Filter game, but a lot of the elements have been changed and more frustrating than last time in Siphon Filter the Omega Strain, and this time you did not play as Gabriel Logan, Leon Zinger, Teresa LaPon, or Lawrence Majari, or anything like that. It feels like more care and effort was put into the online aspects of the other game, and they just put everything else in at the last minute and shows due to the glitches and the unbalanced gameplay and the bad graphics and stuff, and more and more.
Okay, stop,
You
please.
play as a creative character who is a
All right.
So, like, right out of the bat, he hates this game. He says it's not it's not a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
totally get his point that you don't play as Gabe, Leon, Teresa, you know, like you said, Majari. But I feel
I'll be
like
fair.
yeah, but I feel like
Yeah.
Sony was trying to put this game in a new direction, like probably catch a different audience or same audience, but I feel like they would be more, you know, excited about it.
Well, okay, I'll be fair. I'll be fair. Me, myself, as a Siphon Filter fan, I played the first game, the second game, the third game in order. And when I came to the Omega Strain and I didn't see that you're going to play as Gabe Logan, I hated it too. Okay?
Yeah, I did too.
but I still I didn't say it's a bad game. I recognize the good graphics, the good gameplay, the epic soundtrack. So after I played through the missions and I found out that later in the story you play as Leon, you play as Gabe, although like bonus missions, I actually loved it. But it's regardless. I'll give him this point. Okay, even as much as I love the Omega Strain today, initially I hated it for not having Gabe Logan be the front and center of the gameplay.
I hated it too because, there was online play, so I was excited to play this online, and then I found out a couple years after the servers closed down that you couldn't even connect online. So that's probably one of the reasons I hated it as well. So
yeah, and like they were trying to make online since Siphon Filter 3, as we learned from the developers. And that didn't work, so they shifted online to the Omega Strain. This game was supposed to be, I think, online only. Then they had to make it offline due to various reasons.
Right.
But I think he said it has bad graphics. Now listen, the Omega Strain has the best graphics in the entirety of the Siphon Filter games.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know what was that about, so let's continue.
The new recruit under Gabe Logan's anti-terrorism organization called ICPA, which stands for International Presidential Consulting Agency. Gabe is the commander-in-chief with Leon Zing, Teresa LaPon, and Lawrence Bajarian, Dr. Elda Weisinger, who was in Siphon 2 and 3 and stuff, and they're his officers. You are a new recruit codenamed Cobra, who is a character you create. You name the character, you customize the hair, the body type, and more, and to me, I like the idea of playing as a creative character inside of the franchise. It was a cool idea for its time. I created my agent and named her Tara after a friend who I've known since kindergarten, who was a nurse like that, and she's been a good friend of mine since kindergarten. She's like my little sister and stuff. So, Tara, if you are watching this is for you for sure, and a shout out goes to your husband as well. The main problem with Siphon Filter the Omega Strain is the difficulty. The game is just way too hard for no reason. You will die a lot in Siphon Filter the Omega Strain, more than you should.
Wait.
Also, the fact that the respawning enemies you can run.
This is a feature, not a bug, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's why we love the Omega Strain, because it's really hard and it's a challenge. I wish this game had hard mode, so it can be even harder. I mean, to each their own, but isn't that the same case? I mean, if you come from Siphon Filter 1, Siphon Filter 2, and 3, those games are hard. Siphon Filter 1 is hard. Like, you would have to die a lot. It's
Especially if you play on normal, though, you will die a couple times. Imagine if you're playing on hard, playing the last levels.
And they have hard mode. But, like, the first game, it's a process of trial and error, and you would die a lot. And like back then, there was no YouTube and walkthroughs, and like there was the guidebooks, and I was a child. I couldn't even read them,
right?
So I didn't even know they existed. I don't know. Like I had a copy of the game. It was a long story, but what I want to say is that the previous games were hard. Okay, so. Like, what do you mean? Like, the Omega Strain is just following that trend. Okay, it's harder, but to me, that's a feature. I can understand if he sees that as a bug, but you can't criticize a game for it being difficult, because that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, if it's intended to be difficult, like Dark Souls or something, then you take it as it is. That's just a personal choice. It's not a problem with the game. That's not a flaw. It's intentional.
No, yeah, so, they did it for an intentional, yeah.
Yeah, that's the intent. So why is the problem? So I don't know. But let's continue.
Ammo very fast too, and when you do, you are fucked. And the game looks really dark and murky. Like
what?
I do not recommend playing this game on a flat screen TV because it is so dark you can't even see anything. Even when you turn up the gamma,
please stop it.
There's an easy fix to that.
Please just pull any of my videos, any of the videos, our videos, the one we did for the Omega Strain walkthrough. Just open a new tab and find my channel or anything. Go down a little, maybe. Yeah, this one. I don't know. Okay, this is daylight. No, he's gonna say it's gonna. Yeah, let's pick Carthage one if you can. Oh, there it is. The complete series on the right. You see it? Yeah. No, the second.
The second one. This one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take them out.
Stop it. Go to the third video on the right.
This one right here.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
It's Carthage one, so it's a good comparison. Like, skip a little bit ahead.
I told you. Going to hell, dog.
Skip the trailer, I mean the intro.
Imani, attacks are reported all over the quarantine area.
Does this look dark to you?
No, it doesn't look dark to me.
Looks fine.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what he was trying to say, but
Look at his Omega Strain. Look at his video.
maybe.
Oh my god.
If you're playing, I feel like I think he's playing on real hardware, so there's a fix to that. You either have to put your brightness up a little bit. That's what I had to do when I play on my PS2, even though I haven't played it in a long time. I just put the brightness up a little bit.
Yeah, you can turn up the brightness on your TV, or you can turn up the brightness from the options of the game itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Simple fix. Like there it is. And when in my video, I am my brightness is the default of the game. I didn't tamper with it. This is like the original.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're playing on real hardware, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but again, you can turn up the brightness of your TV. That
Exactly.
there you go. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
exactly.
It's not, yeah. I don't know.
Alright.
Look all like a bright and dark picture and stuff. But we'll have to talk about later as we get started here. The story takes place after the events of Cypher 3, when the Cypher virus was destroyed. Gabriel Logan becomes the commander-in-chief with Leon Zing, Teresa LaPone, Lawrence Majari, and Dr. Elza Weisinger and his officers to form a new agency called International Presidential Consulting Agency, also known as the IPCA. Gabe has handpicked a team of agents and leaders, including Iman Gray, to help a new threat when a new Cypher virus codenamed the Mega Strain reemerges. A check-in officer by the name of Mikas Ivankov is selling it on the black market, and another breakout out of the virus happens yet again. The man behind the conspiracy, Mihai Niculescu, is working with Mara Aramov to eliminate Mikas Ivanov. And yes, I should mention, a spoiler here, Mara was still alive in the Cypher Filter 3 after the credits started that, and sorry for the spoilers there, and Gabe and the IPCA split up to investigate the location of the other outbreaks. Meanwhile, you are part of Imani's team doing similar missions in Michigan and other areas too, and as Cobra, you're given mission objectives to complete the mission to advance the story and more. The story's okay, but at this point, still like it was padding since Mara Aramov is still alive. I feel like the should just have killed her off in the previous game and called it a day, but they kept the story going. The problem with the story is it feels like a step back. We have these annoying characters that will not shut up and press you every 5 seconds, and Cobra barely has any appearance in the cutscenes at all and stuff, and like when you see Imani talking to the camera, it's almost like she's talking to a ghost or someone talking to a ghost like that. And if you thought Cypher 3 started like an expansion to Cypher 2, I take it all back because at least there were elements of reference from the past games that made it feel like a sequel. Here it's basically, you are Cobra, you work for Gabe's agency with Leon, Teresa, Lawrence, and Imani, and do the judges for the next mission, and that's basically what it is. So it's definitely a step down for sure. Definitely. For presentation, what happened here? This is a PlayStation 2 game and it looks worse than the other Cypher games on the original PlayStation. The character models, while it looks better due to the hardware,
Should I stop
you still have those ugly faces.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
So I gotta say though that this game looks really good. Like, it was ahead of its time, and I really have to disagree with them on this. This game actually looks really good for a PS2 game.
I think he's still saying that because of the brightness issue.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry
I
though.
think yeah, we already covered this. Like, it's still turn the brightness up on your TV. And he did say something. He did say in Siphon Filter 2 there are references to the past game, right?
Mm-hmm.
and that in this game there's nothing like that. I think he said something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree, because in this game there is a mission called Lorelei, which is a literal sequel to the Lorelei mission in Siphon Filter 3.
Yep.
And you have Mara Aramov, which is the recurring villain. In the end of Siphon Filter 3, Gabe said he's gonna start his new agency, and when you start the Omega Strain, you are in the new agency. So it's all connected.
Exactly.
So it is. Yeah.
This time look like sock puppets with their mouths moving and stuff. Hell, look at Gabe and Leon's faces. They have no emotion in them at all. The cutscenes look okay, and lip sync is good, I'll admit that much. But the worst part of the graphics are the environments. The environments are big, I'll admit that much, and stuff. I mean, they have some detail in them. But the problem is the lighting. The lighting is super, super dark. And try playing this on a flat screen TV, you'll not be able to see anything, even with the flashlight. And you know, all the way, it still does not help much and stuff. It's as if they took out all the lighting in the game to get the run better with a smooth frame rate and stuff. And using the flashlight helps a little bit, but not much. But the only way you'll be able to see what the hell you're doing in these dark areas, you find the night vision goggles. And like, you have this flashlight, and it can help you, but it spots you. And even with the flashlight and stuff, it's still way too damn dark. I mean, I will admit that in some of my past views, the lighting looked dark in my reviews. I had the dynamic processing on, but I turned that off in the Max Payne 2 view, and the lighting in the game looked better. But still, this is with the dynamic processing off, and look how dark it looks and such. Try playing this in the flat screen TV, and you are fucked. So you might as well just not even play. It just what kills the presentation badly and stuff. I'll admit the animals look okay, and the blood looks good, and the flame effects and the fire look detailed for its time. But it's the lighting that's what kills the presentation badly. Sound? What the hell happened to the sound here? First off, the voice acting is not very good, and annoying at the same time. All the actors except for Chen...
Do you want to say something, Leo?
What's wrong with the sound? Oh, let him finish.
Okay.
Until the voice of Teresa LaPon did not appear in this game. And the new actors just do not sound very good. Shannon Tilton is the lone bright spot because she is the original voice actress for Teresa, and she remained throughout the series. And there are actors who speak in different languages that are better. But the new actors, Kim Guess and James Arnold Taylor, who voiced Leon Zine and Gabe Logan, are nowhere near as good as John Chacon and Zoe Galvez and Ava Fang and stuff. They try way too hard to sound like the old voice actors. The worst actor is April Grace, who voices Amani Gray. She berates you and doesn't shut up and just keeps pestering you every 5 seconds, and she comes off as annoying. It's almost like she's berating you, saying, "Hurry up! What are you waiting for? You're running out of time." Just will not shut up.
Okay, wait.
The music is even worse.
I understand his annoyance. I mean, it's like a running meme in the community that everybody hates on Imani. She's like being hard on you. But you gotta understand, this is an online game, and even in offline you have part times. So the sense of urgency, like they tell you there's no time, because you literally have no time. You have to achieve part time to actually complete it. So it's part of the DNA of the game. I mean, I get it if he doesn't like it subjectively, but again, that is the intent. That's not a flaw in the game. It's not. It's how it's like. You have to understand what the game is and then criticize it.
Yeah, true. I agree.
And stuff like that. The Siphon Filter theme is here, but doesn't sound anywhere near as good as it was in the other 3 games, and it just feels lacking, like too action sounding and stuff. It doesn't even sound like Siphon Filter music stuff. Like, sure, the music in Siphon 3 was not very good, but at least it had the catchy theme from the other 2 games, stuff like that. But here, it's like they changed it. Why? And you know,
they remixed it.
It's my 4th time doing this, but I'm gonna play this version of the song to see what you think of it.
Is he playing the theme?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a remixed theme. Yeah, they changed it, but it's really awesome.
Yeah, the sound. I love the music in this game, though. I really do.
No, the theme specifically. The theme is awesome.
Yeah.
It's the same theme. It's just remixed.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know what other people can think of it, but that's just me. I know it was going to change for the technology and change it around and stuff like that, but this sounds not very good. it makes music in Siphon Filter 3 sound like a masterpiece. The weapons, I will admit, sound better now. They're not weak toy sound effects like how the last time, so that's for sure. But let's continue. The gameplay in Siphon Filter 3 Mega Strain is where this falls apart completely.
Really?
First off, when you play the game, at first it feels like Siphon Filter. You have your weapons, your objectives, and your enemies, like that, sneaking around, doing the stealth and everything like that. You have a big variety of weapons, like lots of shotguns, rifles, and a semi-automatic pistol, and more and stuff. But that's pretty much all the positives I can think of so far. The first problem is the controls. The way you move, you do not use the D-pad this time, resorts to using the analog stick, which is fine. But to move and turn with the left analog stick, you use the left analog stick and stuff, and it messes with the camera and stuff too, and it feels very wonky, especially when aiming in firefights with enemies. And the camera is so bad it makes the game almost practically unplayable. The enemy AI is very smart, and with the controls being the way they are, you will die. They will whoop you and you will die. And when you die, they just gang up on and that's the thing. The worst part is you die way too much, more than you should, because they just gang up on you and you lose your health very fast. When you die, here's something too. When you're shooting enemies like that and then another one kills you, it doesn't refill your ammo. You're left with the same ammo you had before you die. So when you run out of ammo and stuff like that, you are fucked and stuff, and you just have to use that little stun baton weapon, which doesn't help much. And on top of that, the enemies respawn every 5 seconds or so, which constantly wastes your ammo and time. And sometimes the people who you're not supposed to kill, like CDC agents like that, they'll mistake you for the terrorist stuff because they don't know any better. They will shoot you, and if you shoot them, you will fail the parameter for the mission and stuff like that. And it's only if you find an extra
Thoughts?
Well, I don't think the controls work fine, in my opinion. The gameplay is really good. It has like the previous. I mean, I totally get it about the analogs and whatever, but it still maintains the still the same thing as like Siphon Filter. Like the first 3 Siphon Filters still plays the same. It's just it's in a different hardware. That's all.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Isn't it the same control scheme? Isn't it the same control scheme as the original trilogy? Exactly.
Yeah.
So you shoot with the square, you auto aim with R1, manual aim with L1. It's the same. It's the same controls. If you already played the first 3 games, which I think he said he did, and he reviewed them. I haven't seen those videos, but he already knows that the control scheme is the same.
Yeah.
So why are you complaining? It's not okay. His point was about the D-pads and the analog stick. But it's the same. If you press left on the analog stick, it's gonna turn the camera, just like the left D-pad. It's the same.
Yeah, it is.
It's actually easier. I mean, when I play the original trilogy, I use the stick. I don't use the D-pads.
Yeah, I use that stick too, yeah. The analog stick.
Yeah, so that was weird. And the gameplay... Oh, he said when you die, the ammo doesn't refill and everything continues. Yeah, that's because it's supposed to be online. So when you die, the mission continues. Mm-hmm. Again, you have to understand the nature of the game before you criticize it. And the enemies keep spawning because, again, it's online. So you're not gonna kill the enemies, because if you're playing 4 people, you kill the enemies, they're gonna spawn for the other person. Yeah. You're not supposed to clear the level. Like, again, understand what the game is. You're not supposed to clear every enemy in the level. You're supposed to do the objective because you have a part-time. In the original trilogy, you didn't have part-time. You didn't have a time a table you have to meet. So in the original trilogy, you have to do the objectives, kill the enemies. Here, you have to do the objectives as fast as possible. It's a different direction. You have part-time. Of course, the enemies are endless because you're online. Mm-hmm. So that's what the nature of the game is.
That was the purpose of it, yeah.
Suit that the CDC agents are wearing, they will not harm you or anything like that. But that's just pathetic how they shoot you, but you can't shoot them, even though they're constantly firing you right in the open and stuff. And that's the thing.
He's talking about the CHA,
it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Okay, the CHA do not shoot you. Unless you aggravate them and shoot them, they don't shoot you unless you're playing the earlier demos of the game. But in the final version, they don't shoot you, the CHA, unless you shoot at them first. But if you don't do that, they won't. Oh, I guess they shoot you when you enter a restricted area, like
Yeah.
the tent.
Yeah, the tent. Yeah, that's a restricted area.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, you can use a stun jack to incapacitate them, not kill them, or you can use a smoke grenade
Get
to
by.
not
Yeah.
you.
Get by. Yeah.
I mean, that's just how the game is. It's not a flaw again. So there you go.
Oh.
My armor, and no, it's not the flak jacket, it's armor this time, and the flash, I don't know how much you see anything, and it's get you spotted and stuff. I didn't make it far in this game. After the second mission, I was done because there was no saving grace for this game here and stuff. And sure, I mean, like, you had the online play, but I never cared for playing online, so I can't tell you anything about it. What I can tell you is this was when it was time to pull the plug on Siphon Filter. It just lost its way, and just, I don't know. I feel like in Siphon Filter 3, they should have killed off Mara off at the end and just ended the trilogy like that.
What?
But they kept going and stuff. I mean, was it to try and see how it would look on how it would play on?
What is it?
So
What did he say? I barely understood that last segment.
okay, so he basically said that this game doesn't have any hope because, you
What?
know, basically it's just he's saying that the game, from his perspective, it's horrible, and he said that the series should have ended like on the third game. They should have killed Mara, and that's it. But he's saying that the new direction on this game is a lot worse.
Well,
That's what I understood.
I think I heard similar words, but except the history of the making of the franchise, they wanted to do SF1, SF2, then SF Online, and then SF3 on PS2, but that got changed, so they had to do SF3 on PS1. And then they had to wrap up the story in the fourth game. So they kind of had to. I mean.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
he mentioned that he never got past the second mission. He basically just gave up.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that because the video is almost done. So I'm gonna talk about that after it's done.
Okay.
On extra concept, but just lost its way. The other two games after that, Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow, were not to an ear first time. It felt very linear. It just felt it didn't really have any stealth in it and stuff. So, this game needed more time and effort to fix out all the problems.
Wait. Did he talk? I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not criticizing or anything. He said something about Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow being bad.
No, he said they're more linear and they have elements of stealth.
Okay. Well, okay.
So, instead of just focusing on the online play mainly and stuff. And that's another thing, too. You can tell all the can everyone in online play because there are certain parts of levels that where you need a cooperative buddy to help you and stuff. And it just feels like it was just a waste of time. If they wanted to just make it, I mean, I know this game was made to.
I agree. This bit he's talking about, I agree actually. The thing is that there are some objectives. You can't complete the game 100% and get to the rank 3-4 without online. So when the servers got shut down, you're stuck and you can't do those objectives. This is a flaw in the game. This is a good point.
Yeah, that is good though. That is good.
Yeah.
To just be online, but they added a single player at the last minute and stuff. But still, the bottom line is they should have focused mainly on the single player and then added the multiplayer after and focused on that. But a lot of people don't really play online. That's just the thing there. Final thoughts here. If you like to play online or so, then Cyber Magazine should be worth it. But to be 100% honest with you there, it's not worth it. You're better off just playing your 3 Cyber games. But if you happen to need every single Cyber game, there's still some fun to be had here if you're good at it and stuff. But honestly, this game killed the Cyber franchise for me, and Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow didn't really help much either and stuff. Cyber the Omega Strain gets a 3 out of 10. I know it's a low score, but it's the best score I can give it because the game was just very bad. I didn't like it. It was just awful, and not worth it. And that's it for my Siphon Filter series review, episode 240, part 4 of 4. I'd like to thank you all for checking out my Siphon Filter series review.
Okay. I don't know.
Critics gave it a. I mean, there's a mixed review on that, but critics gave it like anything between a 6 to a 7 out of 10 on this game.
And those were harsh critics.
They really were, because I read some of the reviews of what is it, Metriatic? I can, and then IGN. I believe IGN gave it.
Metacritic. I think Metacritic.
Yeah, Metacritic gave it a 6, and I believe IGN gave it a 7 point something. I can't remember. Let me just look it up though. Right here, hold on. I have to, because I know I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, some of the reviews here were really. IGN gave it a 7.6. GameSpot gave it a 6.5.
Yeah.
And I mean,
okay.
I mean, it's.
But he gave it like 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I guess he didn't like it. I mean, I totally get it.
I said I'm gonna talk about this. The fact that he played only 2 levels of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, how could you review a game like that? I mean, I have never met someone that actually played like the majority of the game and actually hated it. Like, all the people who hated this game only played the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like they hated it from the get-go and that's it. If you're gonna review a game, you have to actually play it and you have to actually understand it. You know what it is, you know what you're reviewing. He doesn't get. I'm sorry, with all due respect. This is, of course, he has his opinion, and
we respect.
He didn't like it. Some aspects are subjective, so I'm not gonna force him to like it. Like, if he doesn't like Imani's dialogue, he doesn't like it. What am I gonna do? Doesn't like the theme of the game, the music. Okay, that's your opinion. But talking about the game itself, the gameplay, buddy, you haven't played the game. I'm sorry. You haven't played the game. You only played 2 levels, and you played it in a dark setting without actually fixing. Well, I don't know what he said about the brightness. Is he using a special like dynamic mode or like
I don't know.
Yeah, something is wrong with your TV, so that needs to be fixed. And you have to actually play the game, like play multiple levels, at least play half of it. You know, it has like 18 levels maybe, so.
Including the training mission is 18, yeah.
Including the training mission, yeah. So at least get to Belarus 2 or like the Yemen missions or Minsk. Minsk is an awesome stealth level. And that's the beauty of the Omega Strain, is that you can't play the first level and take it as an indicator for the rest of the game, because it has a lot of variety, okay? Every level is unique. Like you can, if I show you, if he sees the okay, he can, anybody can go to my channel and look at the full playthrough we did for the game, offline, online. Look at the multiple different levels. If you play Minsk, it's a completely different DNA from the first Carthage mission.
Yeah,
because that's a whole stealth mission, the Minsk mission. I think Zurich is a stealth mission. The final mission is a really hardcore mission. Tokyo has everything. It has elevators, rooftop fights, it has street fights, it has a boss fight. It's really like, like it has a lot of different elements. So the fact that he only played the first 2 levels, like you can't just judge the game like that. This is wrong. So that's the main problem. The second problem is the brightness, and the third problem about online. This is the one I agree with. Like, it's not. Yeah, the game needed more time to be optimized for offline. The rest of the points he brought are like the voice acting, the theme music, and this and that. Those were subjective. These are not flaws with the game. So, like I said, we're just gonna react to the video and give our opinions. So, as fans of the game, and like, I can assure you, because like in Discord, like, There's like how much? 500 people there,
Yeah,
and
that's how much we have.
like. I can tell you for a fact that the Omega Strain is the most replayed game of all the franchise. So you can't rank it 3 out of 10. It's your ranking, it's your opinion. I get that, but it's kind of considered to be the best out of the franchise. The franchise, gameplay wise, not story, gameplay. The gameplay of this game is the best because it has the original trilogy gameplay, but it's optimized for next gen PlayStation 2. So it's the best version of gameplay of Siphon Filter.
Yep, I agree on that. Definitely agree.
Any thoughts you want to add, Retro, before we wrap?
No, I just, like I said, his opinion, we respect it and everything. I just didn't like the fact that he gave a low score, but that's just me. Because I feel like it couldn't, I totally get it has its flaws, but then again, it would have been, yeah, I feel like the game was still balanced, but, I totally get it, that's just me. But, 3 out of 10 was not, But anyway, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good one.